Good morning, everybody. I got my throwback, well, kind of. I'm making this response. This is a response to a comment that was left. Oh man, no, I'm blind. Okay, this was left on my, of course, my sorry ASS. You know, y'all know I'm watching my cursing and everything. So, you know, this is for part 1. I haven't even checked out part 2 yet. And I felt like I had too much to say to this sister to write it down, so I'm going to make a video response. Now I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to be pronouncing this right. Hate coral. I don't know if it's a certain way. Forgive me, you know, if I mispronounced it, but all right. So she got like three replies up here. The first one says, in the reality, if a man is not ready to have a kid, you can't force him. And my response to that is, if the man or woman is not ready to have a child, if you're not ready to face the consequences that everyone having sex should know of, which means, I mean, you know, you take a risk of getting pregnant or getting someone pregnant every time you have sex, of getting a disease every time you have sex. So if you're not ready to face the consequences of having sex, then men nor women need to have sex. Now, it goes on to say, it was my decision to either have the baby or not. That really, I mean, my response to that is, I am opposed to abortion. Everyone else can go around killing these babies if they want to. I knew the consequences when I spread my legs, that I could get pregnant, and if and he knew that I would not get an abortion if I did. Therefore, we both knew what we were getting ourselves into. Not just me. We both knew what we were getting ourselves into before we had sex. I knew it was a possibility that I can get pregnant. He knew that if I would not get an abortion. I do not approve of that legal murder. People paying to kill, and it's almost like a hit if you think about it in a certain sense. But you know, I'm opposed to abortion. I'm opposed to, okay, I think, what did it say? I'm a mother myself, and of course, the father of my daughter is still with me. That's because he wanted to have this child with me. Okay, that's good for you. Congratulations. Whether or not he wanted my daughter's father, whether or not he wanted to have her or not, does not mean when I get pregnant that I should kill the child. If I done that, then this picture right here, this little girl, would not be here today. And I'm opposed to abortion. Like I said before, he wanted to have sex with me, so he accepted all responsibilities when he made that decision. You know, being aware of the consequences. If women were smart enough to protect themselves from getting pregnant, thinking they can keep a man that way, they wouldn't be in that situation. About that, I have been wanting to make a video. I don't know why I haven't, because I'm on my webcam again, and I've been wanting to talk about that part, you know, about how women are responsible for everything as far as having babies and everything, because we carry them and birth them. I want to get a little technical right now as far as when babies are girls and boys, or you know, the whole thing, because in actuality, God made man, then he made woman. The whole purpose of having sex is not pleasure. It's not for our pleasure, but we do it for that reason. The whole purpose of having sex is to have babies, to create life, to be fruitful and multiply, like he said, right? So, I think I lost my train of thought. You know, that's the whole purpose of having sex in the first place. And the man carries the X and Y chromosome, which is the girl or boy child. We are the home, the host, not the host, but we are the home. Our bodies is the home for the child. It is, I mean, it's like we got to stop our natural process. I'm not about to do that. I'm sorry. I am not about to sit there and take something that's going to change my natural process, the natural process of my body. That puts me at risk because the men don't want to have kids. I mean, I didn't want to have a child at that time, but I was trying not to curse, but I was having sex, wasn't I? So all that goes out the door. I got pregnant. Anything else goes out the door. All of a sudden, what I wanted don't matter no more. You know, I wasn't like 16 or nothing. I was 21 and still scared to tell my grandmother, by the way. But okay, keep losing my train of thought, so I gotta read. So I was getting pregnant. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I've been wanting to talk about this. I got a little technical about the X and Y chromosome. Just, I mean, because the men are the main source, when you think about it, of life. You carry the baby. Men carry the baby, young lady, sister. Men carry the baby. So it's not women who aren't smart enough for protecting themselves. The woman and the man should be cautious enough to not get themselves in a situation that they don't want to deal with. That's how I'll put that. So this is a message to you and to the men who don't want babies. Why don't you get yourself spayed or neutered? Nah. Why don't you get yourself? Why don't you? I'm serious though. Like, why don't the men should get themselves fixed? Why do a woman have to take a shot? I mean, your period. That's natural. That is a natural process. But women take shots. I'm not going to take no shot that's not going to allow my natural process to continue. That Depo shot, that stops your period. Where did the blood go? And people are wondering why they have blood clots going up to their brain. That's not supposed to come out every month. It's not supposed to stay in. So I'm smart enough not to mess my body up for some man because he don't want to have children. Then you don't want to have sex. Not with me anyway. And by the way, may I mention that I've only been pregnant once in my lifetime, and I am, this is the date, June 2nd. I'm about to turn 29 on Sunday. So, I've only been pregnant once. So I'm not some ghetto chick with 5 baby. That comes later. Sorry. All right. So yeah, as far as women being smart or not smart, with that's ridiculous. You both parties need to take precaution. Not just a woman having to be smart. You gotta mess your body up getting abortions. You gotta mess your body up taking pills or taking a daggone shot, all so that you won't be produced. No, the men need to do something about their bodies. If you don't want any child, the men are the ones who carry the seed. I'm sure everyone has heard Nas say that. I'm sure people have heard that. We don't carry the seed. We got an egg in our body that prepares itself every month for a child. It gathers up all the nurturing things or whatever it does to carry that child. And when it's not fertilized, is that the right way? Yeah. And when it's not, when it does not